Welcome to Stalking the Wild Autoharp. I'm Hal Weeks, and today I'm playing around with the easiest strum going, the rocker strum. Now, this is a strum that I've covered previously in teaching video. If you want to see that video, you can search it right here on YouTube, and you can just put in Hal Weeks easiest strum. And it'll come up easiest strum going rocker. I think that's what the video is called. This is a strum that just uses two fingers, and you can basically play Autoharp entirely with these two fingers if you want to. And you don't have to get any fancier than that. And so basically what I'm doing here, the basic idea is that these two fingers, either by going thumb alone or finger alone, or the two of them together, or the two of them alternating, you can cover all kinds of rhythms, melodies, bass notes, whatever you want to do, just with these two. And believe me, it's true. There is an international multi-time champion who plays with these two fingers only. But to start out, what you want to do, first of all, get used to keeping a beat. The beat needs to be felt in your body, like your heartbeat. You can tap with your toe, make a gesture that doesn't touch the harp. The invisible beat. Boom, 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 boom. Now, you put it on your Autoharp just with your thumb. And the natural place for the thumb to strum is this lower part of the Autoharp, the wound strings. Basically, if you have a bridge on your Autoharp like this one, it's the ones where the bridges go across straight. Which we call the low part of the Autoharp. It's where the long strings are. Just keep the beat. Now, try alternating with your index. Now, I'm kind of thinking in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could say it's 2, really. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the other way you can do this is to use your beat and then come back on the half beat with your index finger. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... You see my thumb is still doing the beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is why I call the strum rocker. You can see it. The rocking is happening from my elbow. My entire forearm is turning. You can also do it just with your fingers, but it's a good idea to do it with your whole forearm. That gets your arm off of this. A lot of times it's too easy to put our arm down and just be lazy. But then we don't get the full sound that we could be if our hand was out here bouncing around. Now, if you play a whole song like this, and you're welcome to do that, it's going to start sounding a little bit mechanical. It'll help you keep the beat. But the way to avoid the mechanical sound is don't do it so consistent. Mix it up a little bit. Take some of those strokes out. And if you need to put a gesture there, then put a gesture there just up in the air above your harp like I'm doing now for the empty beats like this. whatever your song happens to be, that's going to be a function of your left hand and what it's doing on the buttons. And by the way, of course, you know, if you're going to play lefty, it's going to be opposite. But let me put a song in there and give you an example of what this is going to sound like underneath a vocal. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. You see, there's a little bit of repetition in what I'm doing. I sort of feel a pattern developing in the music through the volition of the beat. And I'm just rendering that on the Autoharp, and then I lift my hand off to keep the empty beats. Partly to show it to you. Once you're used to feeling those empty beats in your body, then you won't have to make a gesture every time, but you might want to, because it might make your playing a little bit more fun. So there you have it. I mean, the other parts is pinching, and that comes in mostly in melody playing. Now let me slow that down. See, there's some single thumb strokes in there too that are just keeping those empty beats. So I'm just sort of improvising over the chord progression and playing a solo using pinching. You can also sub in your finger for your thumb sometimes. So if you're an autoharpist who's just starting out, you can do a lot. Just get used to using these two fingers. And if you're an autoharpist that's been playing a while, let me challenge you. Take off your other picks. Just use these. Say, I'm just going to play with these today. See what I can do just with these. And if you are doing pretty well with that, take this one off. Put it away. Curl these up. And try doing it all with your thumb. Play everything you do with your thumb. Learn to come backwards with your thumb. Less is more. Play simply, and you'll simply have a great time. So I'm Hal Weeks. That's a little bit more on the two-finger rocker strum. That is the easiest thing you can do to get used to playing the Autoharp. The most important part is feeling that beat in your body, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. I'm Hal Weeks. You can catch this series almost every week on YouTube. If you want to keep it going and you want to help out, you can go over to my Patreon, patreon.com/HalWeeks, patreon.com/HalWeeks, and you can kick in a few bucks a month, and I would really appreciate that. I so appreciate my Patreon helpers who contribute to keep this all going. And until next time, I'm Hal Weeks, and keep stalking. Bye-bye.